forgot to hit record. Okay. Okay. That way, and then I'm going to send it to you tomorrow. Yeah, they're talking about her and then step down. Hang on. Interesting. They talk about I haven't heard this in a long time. Actually, really ever. They're talking about they don't really talk about angels a whole lot, but they talk about like the angels are following you, which is interesting. And I think it's because of what you do and like the peace you bring. And maybe you talk about how all this work and all this stuff that you do, hopefully you get like your place in heaven, or hopefully you get your wings. Like there's some sort of talk about that, or like feeling about that. I do feel like that would be a thing 110%, because what you're going through is difficult. It's strenuous, but also at the same thing, it's a labor of love, of giving back as well. So you among anybody would get this. You have a very, very good feeling about you. Let me ask and see who. There's a person here. Yeah, we're totally going to talk to the husband. Keeps talking about putting their hand on you in my head and saying, this is a good woman. This is a good woman. Like keeps doing that over and over again. Says that, hold on. He talks about he does what he can. He does what he can to help you. He says that you place a very heavy burden on your heart. So you weigh your own self down. So you need to allow that to go. But I mean, so you need to chill out with that. He talks about how you do pray about it. So you do sit there, you do take a second, and you do I guess you'd say, ask for help. So that's good. That's what we need to keep doing. He talks about how, hang on. I mean, your genes are amazing. So, do you just want to like live long enough to like see your grandkids all the way grown up? Is that like the big thing for you?
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, my
Yeah,
grandchildren are my joy. Yeah, my whole family, my children, are so
everybody.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's talking. I said, so what's going to happen with her? How this also goes along with near future. I go, what's going to happen with you? Are you going to take her? I said, I know you love her. I go, what's up with that? And he goes, oh, no. She has to get older so that she can see them, grow up. And I'm like, all right, so she's going to be here for a while without you, which is sad and good, at the same time. It's bittersweet. Because this man, hang on. You still can't believe he's gone. You can't believe he's gone. Like you walk around, he talks about how you go, I still can't, I still can't, I still can't. And he's like, I know. He,
All the time.
I know he follows you around. He doesn't even feel like he's physical, like he walks. He feels like he floats, like fully, which is good. That means
Nice.
higher vibe. Um,
Yeah.
he, what is he talking about with you and your? Is this your bedroom now that you're in right now?
I am. Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. He's talking about how, I guess your bedroom, he just brought up bedroom and he talked about you lightening it up or you changed it. So I don't know, maybe you made all the colors very light and maybe did that. And I said, well, what is this? And he talks about it here. And so I'm like, this is your bedroom. He says that, so you must have changed it up a whole lot after him, or you've made it happy.
Yeah. I tried to. I did. I added things and
You did.
he he yeah. He's
It's
in
okay.
here with me right now. He's in here with me,
Oh,
like, I mean,
oh, he
I
is.
don't know.
Oh my God, you have him there.
I had him in the
Oh,
family room, but I just been
right.
cleaning and dusting and moving and
Yeah,
packing, for when I do
yeah,
have to be on
yeah.
my own, and I said, I want him here with me, and I feel better that he's in this room with me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why he was talking about that's probably also why he was talking about being in the bedroom and following you in here because
Oh
he
my God.
legit did. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
There, yeah, there's reasons why they say things and I'm like he's following you in the bedroom. So it's
Yeah.
you taking him in here. He says that
Oh.
mhm. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. You do pray to him. Again, it's you're very good at this. He's talking about you touching. He's talking about how, hold on. You still sleep on one side of the bed though? Yeah. He's talking about how you don't roll over and you don't take up the whole thing. You take on one, and he likes that because he'll like get in there and try to. Um have you had dreams about either feeling him or waking up next to him or something? Have you had dreams of that?
I just had a dream of him, and I was in the Roosevelt auction where we used to go to the Roosevelt auction, and I was looking at antiques and looking, and I heard his voice, and I walked towards his voice. I walked around another aisle, and there he was, and he just grabbed me. He grabbed me and gave me the biggest hug and the biggest kiss, and then I woke up. And then I was trying to go back to sleep to dream more, but I couldn't.
That was him.
It
I
was a
know. I know.
wonderful dream.
Oh, oh,
It
he
was
talked about how, oh, it's real. That's a visitation dream, 110%. He talks about how you had a dream about being by his side. You had a dream about being next to him, about being by his side. So that's okay. Perfect. He's like that's the thing. He talks about that that's my baby. That's my baby. Hold on. He loves you. One. He's sorry he had to let you go. He wishes he could have done things different. That's the only thing. He wishes he would have like had more foresight. I mean, don't we all? Don't we all? But
yeah.
hold on. He he says he wasn't, he wasn't a bad guy. He says he wasn't always the easiest to live with. I said, shut up. I bet you were pretty great. Stop it. He talks about how he likes things done certain ways. He says how you were always eager to comply or you'd comply with it. He says that maybe nobody appreciates your food like he did. I don't know, that goes along with that. He talks about how she cooks really, really well and how you put it in front of people and nobody like loves it as much as he did. And he says that, are y'all having Christmas at your house this year? Like here?
Yes.
Okay, okay. He talks about how I go, well, what else? And he talks about how cooking for family events or cooking for holidays. And I said, what? And he puts the base of it being here. So he's going to be around for that. He says that, hold on. He says, I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I know you. Were you not able to be with him as he passed?
I wasn't
Okay,
able to.
okay, okay. Gotcha. Because he keeps
During
making.
COVID.
Oh, okay. So it was, oh, okay. Because he keeps talking about how you will say, like, I wish I was there with you. I wish I should have been there. I should have been there. And so he was repeating, like, I know you needed to. I know you wanted to. I know you wanted to.
That's one of
He
my
talks,
biggest worries.
oh, no, he knows. He knows now. Hold on, buddy. What are you doing? Wishes he would have gone. Wishes he would have gone. Wishes he had gone sooner. That is his biggest thing, that he wishes he would have caught it sooner. Um, hold on. He's like, I'm glad that nobody else died. I'm like, yeah, I know. Did other people end up getting COVID in the house?
It was I had given it to him. I was taking care of an elderly lady, and her son had came to visit her. This was during the height of COVID, and she gave it to me, and then I gave it to Gilbert, and I still beat myself up about that, and then I gave it to my grandchildren, but they did well, and then my son and daughter-in-law. And my grandmother was in the home. Our home is small, and she never got it. My elderly grandmother, we live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, and I never could understand. That generation is just like made of.
Yeah, they're made of leather. That's what they're made of. Leather
Yeah.
and concrete. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I still blame myself for bringing that home to my husband, and then
Well,
having to leave him at the emergency room
I
door
know.
because they let me in, and then by the time I got to see him, they let me come in just so I could take him off the ventilator and be with him, but he was already gone. I could tell. I
Yeah, he
almost
was
could
gone.
feel like he wasn't there, when
Uh-huh.
I came in.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you were right. You felt him. You're attached to his soul. Y'all are like that. Okay. The way that it feels here is he's not here with me. He's with you. So in my head, he's sitting on your bed behind you, and then he always gets up and he stands behind you, which means that he's always attached to you. A lot of times spirit will come in and they'll hang around me to talk, but he's like looking at me. He's not next to me, he's next to you. And so there's this big tie, and that's what it is. And so you are feeling the absence of that in his body, which is good. That means you have a soul connection. Now, I can tell you, I just want to give you perspective as well. I know this doesn't negate it, and I know this doesn't do anything. I just want to tell you another case. I had a woman that she as a caretaker at a nursing home facility, and they had gotten COVID, and she brought it home. She had COVID, and she didn't know at the time when she had it. And she brought it home to her two sons that were 31 and then 32. So she survived. Both of her sons died, and then one of the sons' wife died as well.
Oh,
And they all had, each one of them had three little kids. So now she's taking care of three kids and helping the mother out on the other side. She killed.
gosh, that dear
Now you
lady.
didn't. You didn't mean to do this at all. I know, and she didn't either. And I can tell you now that's heavy too. So believe
That's
me.
heavy.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It was, oh my God, it was terrible. But none of them ever have any anger. There's no anger. There's no you shoulda, coulda, woulda. It
Yeah.
happened, it is, and I want you to release that from me because he's not there. He's definitely in spirit. Hold on. Did you clean? Do you still have his shoes?
Yes. I have
Okay,
his
do you
I
I
do.
have everything. Okay. He talks about you cleaning up his shoes or cleaning his shoes. So talking about you putting them back up neatly. He talks about how that his stuff is treated like a museum, so it's still around. He talks about how you smell him. How do you smell him? Interesting. How does that work? Okay.
Mhm. I try to smell him. I'll go to his chair, the back of the chair
Mhm.
sometimes, and when he first passed, I would smell
Oh,
him,
where
and
his
then,
head
like,
was. Yeah.
on his clothes. But see, during COVID, I was like, I would wash extra because I didn't know about COVID. So I would get
Yeah.
mad and think, I can't smell any his scent.
Yeah.
I could
Okay. Oh,
on his chair.
oh, oh, Mom. Oh
Really.
my God. I want to ask him some good things. I want to talk about you. I want to hold on. Where are you going with that? Well, oh, I don't. So he is, and I know you are not ready at all. I know you're not ready at all, and I know this isn't a thing right now. He says that you're a very good woman, and he wants to see you happy down the line. He wants to see you happy. And he keeps talking about how you deserve to be loved. And I'm not telling you that that means go out and date people or go out because this is the love of your life. This is your number one bugaboo 110%. But what he's telling you is that you need to be loved by your friends, by your family, by your loved ones, and that you deserve it because you're such an amazing woman. And I think also when I go down the line for you, like let's say even romantic, right? It just means a partnership here in the physical to know that you're not alone. Um, I feel like there could potentially be like 4 years, but I don't ever think that it's romantic like him. It would be like, oh, this is a friend, but like, you know, I, I think that I think that this was your number one person, you know, and that's the way he feels. There's some people that it's like, yeah, you'll get remarried in 5 or 6 years, don't worry about it, right? This feels like your grandkids are your life, your family is your life, like you are the head matriarch, like that is what this is. Um, he tell me. He wants to go on trips with you.
Oh,
Um, have you ever thought about, hold on, it's the weirdest thing. He just brought up the Grand Canyon in my head, and that doesn't make any sense. What is that about?
I don't know. In my mind, I mean, we were just thinking about travel, what are we going to do with ourselves? Maybe go camping and things. And then in my mind, I'm thinking when I'm writing things down, what would make me happy is like just going hiking or camping or
Yeah.
being in nature. And I would
Mm-hmm.
love the Grand Canyon, love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. He puts mountains, he puts trees, he puts forests, and then he's talking about trips. And I think you stay around I'm guessing you're Weston. That's probably what this is. And then he talks about the Grand Canyon, and then he shows me Utah, and then he shows me like Big Bend or Big Bear, like that type of stuff, like going on that. And it's interesting because he shows me like a mini little RV, like a Winnebago type of thing, but it's like you and him. And I even thought about at one point, what if you get a little RV, like a tiny one, like with a little bed in it, and then you end up taking like one of your grandkids down the line, like it's you and like a grandson or you and like a granddaughter, and then you bring him along with you and y'all take pictures, like that. Like that's almost what this feels like it should be. Okay.
Oh, that's heaven to me. That sounds like
Uh-huh.
perfect.
Mm,
What I would
uh,
imagine happiness
yeah.
to be.
I know. Just wait. I would say that, let's get over with grandmother, who is a wonderful, fabulous woman. Her life is coming to a close coming up. I would say I think she's gonna make it to like 104.
You think
I
so?
think I
She
mean
is
that's the
tough.
way
I
she.
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I know. I mean, let's go back. I would say 103, going to 103, going to 104. What's going on with her right now? So what's going on with hospice? What's happening with that?
Well, because she just stopped or barely eats now. But
Ah,
I'm
yeah.
literally, but so I called the doctor and he wanted to me to take her to outside to get tests. And I said, she's so frail now. She's getting
Yeah.
frail. And so
Yeah.
the hospice came in and they realized, but I've been giving her Ensures. I'm keeping her, vitamins in and
I
hydration. So,
yeah.
and just
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
think that, oh, might be it. And then the next day she's like better and she got a good
Better.
night's rest. And so it's tough.
I know. I know. The way her spirit feels, she feels like she could live forever, but I know that her body is wearing out. So that's kind of, that's a little hard to go there. I would like to see her at 105, but I know that she'd be miserable. So let's look at,
Yeah.
hold on. I think you really need to celebrate Christmas this year because I think next year in November something's going to happen. I think we're like getting towards that. So just celebrate it, love it, enjoy it, and we'll move forward from there. Are you planning on moving? Hang on. Where? Hold on. He says, he talks about you moving, and he says, well, she's gonna take me with her. And I said, yeah, where? Where is this gonna happen? Um, Are you moving closer to the grandkids, and where is this going? And are you moving states?
No, I'm gonna stay close. All my children, thank goodness, are
Are
close,
here.
yeah, are pretty close. And
Yeah.
my daughter, our oldest daughter, she wants me to move and she has a room ready for me. And this just because I keep telling her it's temporary until I get, on my feet and,
Mhm.
and get my own place,
Yeah.
but I need to stay close to my kids,
You
my
do. You
family, my
do.
grandkids.
No, I
I
know. I
have,
don't want, well, the thing that they showed is they showed you here and that you're moving down to like another area. Are they more south than you, or where are you at in accordance to them?
yeah, they are more south. They
Okay.
are
Okay.
actually more south. Not, I mean,
Okay.
I can't tell you miles wise. Not far though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He keeps going like this. He keeps going south. So there's a couple of things for me. It means moving back in with family, or that also means like literally moving to the south. And I'm like, I don't think she's moved to Texas or New Orleans or Louisiana. So I want you to stay with her. Hold on. I don't know if you will move out on your own again.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think that necessarily is a bad thing. You know?
Yeah.
I know you want to. I'm So this is how it feels, and I'm just going to tell you. So this is how he feels. So it's like you move in there, things are okay, things are good, but then you get really attached to all the kids. You're there, everybody's there. You're the center, you're the hub of this life. And when you go and you move out, or grandma or Grammy's moving out on her own, everybody's very sad because you're not around in that hub. And that pulls your heart. And so you're like, well, so it's almost like maybe y'all move to a bigger place and you get like your own place, like over a garage, or you have like your own little ensuite or something like that. It doesn't feel like you break the tie. It just feels like you move into a different area.
That would be
Yeah.
that sounds right to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
I thought that, what if I want to be on, because I don't want to be a burden to anybody, and I wouldn't be. I would be help,
No.
I would be helpful for them, but at the same time, it's like, I'm moving in with my daughter and her husband, and they need their own spaces. Because I mean, me and Gilbert, we had our own home at 18,
I know.
and just
Yeah.
kids
Mm-hmm.
grew up. It's different now, I guess, though.
It is.
I
Well,
don't know.
this feels like, especially the way your husband is saying it, and Gilbert, is that you don't necessarily leave off on your own. You just move to like your own individual portion of like a house or on the property, or like you get your own area. And so that's kind of how this feels. So just wait, enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything necessarily bad about it either, though. And I think that will. Hang on, I want to ask him about. Have you started? I guess once our wonderful grandmother has crossed over, she'll be helping you out too. Have you ever thought about opening up like your own, either like art area or like food truck or something like that? Like opening up your own thing. What is that about?
I don't know. I love art.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have any
passions about it.
educational background, but
That's
it just
okay.
makes me feel good. And then
Yeah.
I always used to tell Gilbert, oh, we know we should have like a little, a little truck, cook. It'd be just tacos or hamburgers or something. I would joke to him a little time, and we should do that. Or
Well, okay. So and this is kind of how I see you for a moment. And I think your life is going to go this next part of your life, once we move out, this next phase is going to be a very almost like eye-opening, happy, refreshing area for you. I think it's going to be almost relaxing. Yes, sad at moments, but I think you're going to really find your power. You're going to really find your strength. So one of the things he talked about is you becoming more invested in art. So for me, it's more into like not knitting, not sewing, but it would be like jewelry making or like bead making, like get into something that's really, really intricate. And you go, oh my God, I can do that. Like you end up liking it and you end up obsessing over it. And so we can sell that. The other thing is that I see you as maybe even like pursuing one of these passions. So one of the things they talked about is they put you in an apron, but they put you giving orders out a window. And so, but it's based on you and your food and what you do, because everybody's congratulating you. And so this whole next phase of your life is you coming into yourself and finding out what you're good at, because I don't particularly see you as like the CEO of a major business company, but I see you as a person, but I see you as a person that's out there making a difference in the community. and no matter how big or how small, but you put your name on it and you find accomplishments in these little things. And so they're able to really push you along. And I think you end up doing that for like 5 or 6 years, and then you quit it, and then you kind of retire. That way you're able to like do whatever you want. But I feel like that's really going to hit off right now? No, I feel like that's gonna start coming to fruition, I would say, in the next like 4 years. So you have a little bit. The area you're in right now is kind of this transition, switching,
Yeah.
getting things in line. And even though it feels slow, it's going to go really fast. So just sit back, relax, and start to look at what you love to do.
Okay. I
Okay. I mean, and
appreciate hearing
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Joy.
you do, because you have been through the ringer, sweetheart, and he loves you, and you put enough hours into him, and you put enough hours into your family, and you put enough hours into this grandmother who is amazing. And so guess what he's doing now? He's going to work his ass off to help you. Okay? I know.
Okay.
I know. And you have to let them do it. And also that's interesting because they never talk about having angels around you, and you do. Like they like live with you. So you are your worst enemy. So go and realize you can do everything, and they're going to help you along. But give yourself a couple years. Go to transition. I do feel like you definitely traveling with your grandkids. That's going to be a thing. And that's where that whole part of you staying in that family unit, and moving with instead of moving apart, really comes into play, and he's going to help you out too. Hold on. I want to ask him. He keeps giving you hearts. He keeps making hearts at you over and over and over again. What is your anniversary? When was your anniversary?
October 4th, 1980.
It's coming up. Yay! Okay, because he keeps getting red roses out behind him the whole time, and he keeps saying like anniversary or anniversario, which is anniversary in my head. So it's like both, and so that's why I'm like, okay, it's about to be here. Yeah, so that would make sense. So he loves you. He talks about looking handsome. I know he puts a hat on in my head for some reason, like a nice like that, and then hold on. He likes not being old anymore. He talks about looking
Oh,
svelte.
I can imagine. Yeah.
He was very handsome when he was younger. I mean, he was still handsome, but he was like,
Yeah, very
yeah.
handsome.
I mean, you're beautiful too, all the way.
Oh,
Hold on. He loves you. You were always so doting on him. He talks about like sitting in his chair and having you come up and touch him, and just always there. He loves you. He sits there with you. He watches you. He makes sure you're okay. So I don't want you to think, and he's getting used to being passed. Hold on, you do get signs from him. You do notice things. You notice things, but then you question, like, is this from you? Is this you?
yeah.
He's just talking about how he talks about the feeling of you going, is it like that? And so
I do that now.
yeah, little synchronicities he's talking about. Yeah. So don't be so, just know that it is. Just know that it is. And he's
First
trying his
pass, I
best.
had so many signs from him, and I knew it was from him, but then
Mhm.
now it's been 20 months he's been gone, and I'm like, but just what you just said, exactly.
Mhm. Yeah, you go, and that's what he's talking about. Like, don't make that sound. Don't do that. So can I'm going to show you something. So 110%. I'm going to have to go to my next session in just a second, but I want to show you this because this is what I do for my dad, and all of my family is dead except for like 2 people. Okay, so this is what I do. So
Sorry.
what I want you to do is when we get off this call in just a minute, I want you to sit here. I want you to have a good breather. I want you to have a good cry. I want you to get in your feels, and I want you to say, all right, Gilbert, come over here with me. And he's already there. He's like behind you right now. And he's talking about your necklace. I don't know why. He goes like this. What's up with your necklace?
I always wear a necklace, either the necklace that he would buy me and he would always say, why aren't you wearing the necklace that I bought you? And I'd say, because I don't want to lose it. Now I wear his necklaces all the time. The necklace I found, I was looking through my jewelry box right before we came on because I wanted to have something. But this one has his picture. It's real tiny. You couldn't even tell,
I
but
can't even
it's
see
a
it.
picture of him
No.
that was engraved. No, it's so tiny, but I know it's him, and it's an engraving of his face on there. So, but I was like scurrying to put on the necklace because before you got on, because I gotta wear a necklace of his.
That's it. Yeah, I'm sitting here telling you, and he grabbed, and I'm like, I don't even have, I do have one on, but he goes like this, and I'm like, all right, we'll talk about
Oh
it. So,
my goodness, Amy. Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah. So he knows he's here. He's trying, dude. He's trying. He's not gone from you. Don't worry about it. So I keep, hold on. He's talking about being tangled. Why don't you just put them out? Stop. That's what he talks about. Oh my God. Hold on. Loses earrings or something. He goes in the rings and the earrings, and then she loses them. He says that, what? Do you have his wedding ring, and do you kiss it, and where's it at?
Right now it's in my jewelry box. I was wearing it on my finger, but it was on my middle finger, and I put it on a chain, and then I was wearing it around my neck.
Mhm.
And then I just had it hanging on my wall. But recently I started kind of putting things away and packing things away, and I put it back in the jewelry box. So it's kind of going all over, and I just had it in my hand. I just had it in my hand.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He goes and he shows me ring. And then he was showing me, you saw me doing this. That's like jewelry box. I would keep going over this. It's like
Oh my
putting
God.
things in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he's talking about this. So just know, he knows he's with you. He really likes gold a lot, tons. So know that he's with you when all this has happened. So what I want you to do is with him, take a couple of minutes, especially when we're going to get off here, and choose a sign that you want to see. And what I mean sign, I mean choose his name, Gilbert or Gilberto. Choose that, or do ask for like an angel. I have them with me all the time. Ask for an angel, and it doesn't always mean like see an actual angel. I mean, you may just see the word angel, or you may see one around like something like that. And I want you to just say, all right, Gilbert, this is the sign I want to see, and I'll know it's you. And then just say, for starters, let's do his name. So I want to see Gilbert. That's what you want to see, and I want to see it somewhere in my world in the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay? Because what are you doing? You're asking for the thing, you're taking time to connect with him. So you're asking for what you want, and then you're giving him a time to show it to you. Okay? So you're giving him parameters. And then after that, you go, okay, when I see it, I know it's you. And then you let it go. And then you just go about your normal day over the next 48 hours. And I can guarantee you it will show up where you least expect it. Whether you are in the grocery store and so I'll give you an example of this. So I had a man, he'd lost both of his dogs. They'd both gotten run over by a car. And one was named Lola and one was named Princess. And he was like, how do I know they're around? And I said, use Lola's name. Use it, right? So I taught him this. So that next morning I woke up and I had this paragraph of an email, and I was reading it, and he was like, I kid you not, I went to Costco after our session yesterday, and I went into this line, and there was a gentleman in front of me, and he was checking out, and his wife had to go grab an item, and he started yelling at her, why wouldn't she hurry up? And her name was Lola. He was saying, Lola, get over here, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, when I heard that, my face went white. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's because they're around. That's how they do it. So if you have any questions for me, just email me and let me know. I got to go to my next session. I want you to know that your hubs is not gone. He's around you. And it's interesting. It's hard for me doing what I do because I feel and I see how good your life is going to be. It's very exciting. And I feel and I see him 110%. But when I come back out of channeling, I know his physical body is not here. And I know you don't understand how great it's going to be yet. So I just want to let you know, have hope and have faith and know that it's going to be good. I promise you. And that he's
Oh,
around.
thank you so
Okay?
much. Sounds
You're
wonderful.
welcome. It'll be okay. You got me. I got you, okay?
Okay, Amy.
All right. I love you,
Thank you.
baby.
Love you.
Welcome.